There's a countdown waiting for me to erupt. Time to blow out. I've been told what I should do with it. You keep both my hands above the black blanket when the lights out. Shut up,